anovhura meso, anovhura nzeve.
2025, and today I am once again going to be giving you the trending news across our region and particularly in Zimbabwe. Today we've got very interesting news that is taking place overnight. There is no day that has ever been like this in our region of SADC. So you're going to see what has happened overnight. And this is the expulsion of the South African ambassador to the United States of America. Ibrahim Rasool has been removed from America. He's been expelled from America after he gave a speech against Donald Trump yesterday. So the America or USA Secretary of State Marco Rubio has treated that the South African ambassador Ibrahim Rasool is no longer welcome in the United States of America. Ibrahim Rasool is known for his support for Hamas, and he issued a statement yesterday, or he had a Zoom session in which he hit hard against President Trump and his policies and accused them of a lot of things. So they immediately responded by saying that this ambassador is no longer welcome in the United States of America. This is a new law for South African relationships with the United States of America. And as I was saying, the guys in South Africa, the government in South Africa don't understand how strong the United States is. You cannot have the United States as your enemy. This just doesn't make sense. And you can also not support Hamas. So this thing of supporting Hamas, it's got no benefit to the majority of the South Africans. And there is a group of people in South Africa that are so hell-bent on supporting Hamas. And it doesn't make sense to me when I drive around, I see them with their flags and all that. It makes no sense. No one in South Africa has benefited anything from what Hamas is doing. The majority of the people here don't care about Hamas and whatever they're doing. So the ambassador of the South African ambassador to the United States has been expelled. And you can see the tweet here which says South Africa's ambassador to the US is no longer welcome in our great country. Ibrahim Rasool is a race-baiting politician who hates America and hates Potters. We have nothing to discuss with him. And so he's considered persona non grata. I told you that America was not answering the phone calls of South African ambassadors and all the ANC-related people because of this, which is crazy and unbelievable that a whole government can allow the ambassador to do what he was doing over there, which is basically being an ambassador for Hamas. That's crazy stuff. And let's see the impact of this. It's going to be extremely difficult for South Africa going forward. And specifically, the economy is going to suffer. So the South Africans, the economy is going to suffer very badly. You're going to see it within a short space of time. This is a bad idea. You cannot do this, what the guys in South Africa are doing. Right now, let's go to our headline. And our headline is to do with ZANU PF. As you are aware, there is a protest that is taking place on the 31st of March, which is been called by the military in Zimbabwe through the war veterans have said Mnangagwa must leave or he'll be removed by force. So on the 31st of March, there is a protest against Mnangagwa. And I've already explained to you, this protest cannot be stopped. It's ongoing, and Mnangagwa is going to leave office. Mnangagwa is going to go. He's trying a lot of tricks, but Mnangagwa is going to go. The war veterans are very strong. The military is very strong. And they've said that they want Chiwenga to become the president. So the vice president of Zimbabwe, Chiwenga, is going to be president of Zimbabwe by the 1st of April. So that is what the war veterans want. And so ZANU PF, having heard this, have responded. Their spokesperson Farai Marapira, has made or has had an interview in which he responded to calls from Mnangagwa to step down. And Marapira says he and ZANU PF are watching the situation closely and they will not take this lightly. However, he is saying those people that are leading the protests are not on the ground. And therefore, he does not consider them to be a threat to ZANU PF's rule. So he wants those people who are currently leading the protests
we take
to come
seriously, and
into
we are watching
Zimbabwe
closely.
and lead
But
the protest.
it is a given
That is what he says.
that no one will take calls
So I
for
hope you can hear that.
demonstration
That is the
seriously by someone who will not be
there that he
attending.
had on ZFM.
So unless this
And he
one of the
says
characters is
those
going to
people
be
that
working
are
at the
saying
front,
they're leading the
I don't
protests
think there's anyone who
must
would
come.
even give him the time
They
of
must
day.
come
The people of Zimbabwe are
to
tired by
Zimbabwe to lead
leaders
the protest.
who
That
want to
includes
propagate and
Comrade
push
Yokai Mabunu.
for
He
certain
says,
actions, and yet they themselves are never there
Masawi,
in the thick of
Jeremiah
things.
Masawi, known
The people of
online as
Zimbabwe are not
Comrade
going to be
Yokai
used. The people
Mabunu,
of Zimbabwe
is a former
voted
member of
for
ZANU PF
economic
Central
turnaround. The
National
people
Central
of Zimbabwe
Security
are waking up
Structure.
every day to work.
So he says he is a member of the central structure of ZANU PF, and he is not, well, they're not saying they're ignoring him, but they're saying they want him to come to Zimbabwe and lead the protests so that the people should take it seriously if he was there, if Yokai Mabunu was personally in Zimbabwe leading the protest. However, as I've said to you, this is not how it is going to go down. So let's clarify what is going to go down on the 31st of March. On the 31st of March, it's not a general protest where everyone is supposed to go into town. Geza, the war veteran who came out, has said it already. Take your food, have a lot of food in your house, have supplies in your house. And then on that day, do not open your business, do not send your child to school, do not open your shop, do not go on any cross-border trips, do not bring your in-drive into town, do not bring your taxi into town, do not bring your truck into town. Stay away from usual business. Do not open your musika or your market. Stay away. This is what the military has said. Stay away from the city. Stay away from any usual business activity. And there will be organized activities surrounding the removal of Mnangagwa, including going into his house. So people are going to go, and it's not you. So you don't know what is happening. Do not interfere. You are just being told so that you're aware. So do not be worried about the too much information. All you must know is that you are not the one that day. You have not been called to do anything. You've just been told to stay away, to remove yourself from the path of danger, because there are activities that are planned. There are people who know what they're doing, who are going to be there. So don't worry about ZANU PF guys talking, Marapira and all those people, Mutare. Don't worry about them. They are going to know that day what is going to happen. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about what they're saying. It is not your duty to go and run around aimlessly in town. This is a structured protest, or what is called an uprising. So it's an uprising. It's not for you. And Mnangagwa has been given enough warning, because the war veterans already came out and announced that is going to be removed. So on that day, Mnangagwa is going to be removed, including going to his house. That is what I've been told by the guys who are organizing this protest. That on that day, people are even going to go to Mnangagwa's house and drag him out of that house. So that is something interesting that I'm looking forward to. I am not talking about something that I'm making up. This is what I've been told, that on that day, there is going to be an organized protest, and Mnangagwa is going to be taken out of his house by force. This is what is going to happen. And just look forward to the 31st and do not interfere. Do not be part of or be in the crossfire. You're not required to do that. Now, let's go to other news. Wicknell Chivayo, someone who knows what he's doing. He's ran away from Zimbabwe. So Wicknell Chivayo ran away from Zimbabwe already. Wicknell Chivayo doesn't sleep in Zimbabwe. He doesn't do that. He knows what's coming. So yesterday, Wicknell Chivayo met the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan. And you can see that he's wearing the same shirt here with the Lulu. So you can clearly see that the two of them are walking around. Look at Wicknell's shoes. Those shoes are looking tired. So you can clearly see that Wicknell has been walking and Lulu has been walking. I've never been to Tanzania myself. I don't think Tanzania is a place that you go for shopping. I think Tanzania is like a third world country, not doing well in terms of, well, Wicknell could go to other places to shop because of all the money stolen in Zimbabwe. But the reason why Wicknell has gone to Kenya, he has gone to Tanzania, is because he's looking for somewhere to hide. The guys around Mnangagwa are going to hide very soon. This protest that is coming, it's a reality. You saw what Mhlanga did yesterday. Mhlanga is trying to distract attention from what is going on. ZANU PF and counterintelligence are trying to distract attention from what is going on. There is no way that Mnangagwa can ever fix the country. So the only thing left is for Mnangagwa to go. And many people around Mnangagwa who have been stealing have got no skill. So if you look at people like Scott Sakupanya, Tagwirei, people like Wicknell, they have got no skill. The only skill that they have is to steal money from the government and put it in their pockets. That's not a skill that you can use in a new government. And everyone has to support the military. What the military is doing right now is to clean up the government of Zimbabwe and make sure that we have a proper government. We've got people that are competent, that are able to fix the country, that are able to give you a job, that are able to fix the roads, that are able to make sure that you get clean water in your house, and that are able to make sure that your child has a job. So very, very good what the military of Zimbabwe is doing. And Wicknell Chivayo, one of the people that don't sleep in Zimbabwe. There is no one who is smart who sleeps in Zimbabwe around Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa's children are long gone. They've gone long back. They're staying in other countries right now because they know what is coming. So we are going into the last 15 days. These are the most critical 15 days. And in these 15 days, you must be aware what your duty is. Your duty is to make sure that on the 31st, you stay out of the way. Mark that message, send it around to other people. Do not be caught in the crossfire of what is going to happen on the 31st, which is the removal from Mnangagwa by force. And it's not going to be a simple thing. It's going to be very difficult. What is going to happen? Don't listen to anything else. Don't listen to stories from the 1927s or whatever. If Mhlanga is telling you in 1900 something happened, don't listen to it. What is happening is on the 31st of March. Focus on the future. Don't focus on history. We don't care about Mhlanga's history or what he's talking about, what happened in 1900 or 19 Gochai Nembe, Musoro Sebgwinya. Musoro Sebgwinya. That is what we want to say to Mhlanga. Musoro Sebgwinya. Right, I think we've covered that. Let me look at other stories that I need to cover here. In Africa, very sad situation has taken place in Angola. Yesterday, President Ian Khama, Venancio Mondlane, and there is a third person here, Tundu Lissu. They were denied entry into Angola, where they were supposed to address opposition UNITA's meeting or conference. So they were denied entry and they were not able to go in there. Very sad situation in Angola. But as I said, you saw that when they arrested all those people in Zimbabwe and kept them in jail for months and months, I didn't even write Angola. The reason why is there is a different kind of system running in Angola. And I normally don't even want to deal with the guys in Angola. It's crazy over there. Besides the fact that Angola has got the most expensive rent. You can rent a house for $20,000 a month, according to the guy I was with the one flight. That is crazy. Then President Hakainde Hichilema has addressed the youths. So this is the National Youth Endeavor 2025. President Hakainde Hichilema doing very well and becoming a model president for the region. Yesterday, it was great. You can go check out the video on his Facebook. And then let's look at some other news taking place in Zimbabwe. Assistant Commissioner Florence Marume. This is the Assistant Commissioner in Masvingo. She has been robbed of $20,000 by a traditional healer. So Assistant Florence Marume had a domestic worker, a female domestic worker. And this female domestic worker is called Petros Nyasha Manyawu. She was in love with a traditional healer called Petros Chiropa. Petros Chiropa and Prceious Nyasha Manyawu connived to steal $20,000, which was given to Precious, and they used it to buy a car and other household goods. And then he was arrested. Currently, he's in jail after he was convicted at Mutare prison. So he's at Mutare prison, and I don't know how many years he has been sentenced to. So I don't know how a police officer has got $20,000. It's clear that it is Robin Hood. It's a Robin Hood situation where Assistant Commissioner Florence Marume had stolen from other people, and the money also got repossessed from him. So I hope that they release the poor man so that he can go home to his family. Then the Zimbabwean inventor, Michael Chikumbutso, has been faking an invention. I told you here that that man is crazy. Michael Chikumbutso is a liar. He's not an inventor. And the people that have previously been backing him have now said Chikumbutso's inventions are fake. They don't exist. And he's failing to supply people that have bought the inventions. So someone who paid money for the so-called inventions, and they now say, supply us with this invention. And it has turned out that these are all fake. They don't exist. You cannot make continuous electricity from radio waves. And Mnangagwa is one person that bought this whole story. Mnangagwa is the only person that thinks that you can make electricity to power the whole city from nothing. He's a very silly man, Michael Chikumbutso, and his mentor, Mnangagwa. So very silly. And Gambo, here, Foster Gambo, is one of the people that really believed in this thing that was being sold by Chikumbutso, but I never believed it. I can see garbage when I look at it, like I can see garbage from 100 kilometers away. I don't have to be told that you can't make electricity from nothing. That would be silly if that was possible. Then let's go to some entertainment news. In entertainment news, two of the most popular Zimbabwean content creators, so that is Titan Kiki and the Nyati family, they are all expecting. So you can see what the Nyati family is expecting and Titan Kiki is expecting. So I can see what Titan and Kiki, they're looking very classy. I like Titan. I think she's managing a pregnancy very well. It's my first time to see the Nyati's pregnancy. I'm not going to say anything right now about how the Nyatis are dressed. Mbana Nyati, what is he wearing? Let's see. He's wearing a short sleeve shirt and Tighty and Kiki looking very classy in the airport over here. That's amazing. Yeah, let's see who does better because I understand Kuti there's been some changes to Facebook monetization. So let's see what happens with these guys. Entertainment is really going to be big in Zimbabwe. The country that we need to build right now needs to be built by people that know what they're doing, that connect with everyone. The problem that we have right now is that the people that are currently running our country and our government, they don't care about anyone. They only care about themselves, their families. They don't care about building anything. That is why a perfectly normal person who gets into this government suddenly becomes part of the system. So take, for example, people like Mhlanga, someone who lived overseas for a very long time. When he gets into this government, he becomes part of the system of looting. Sekruma Suka, someone very knowledgeable. When he gets into this government, he becomes part of the looting. There is no one who has ever worked in the Zimbabwean government who doesn't become a looter. That is because it's a system. And you need a new system. And to remove that, you need to remove Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is the problem. Mnangagwa arkuraya vanhu nenzara. And you also need to remove the people around Mnangagwa. These people, only a few people, Wicknell, Uyuwedumbu, and then you take Skosa Panya, you take Udata Gwire, remove those 3 people, and you've already removed 90% of Zimbabwe's problems. You then need to put the correct people in the military, the correct people in the police, in the prison services, and you need the correct Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe governor, people that know what they're doing. If you look at the current Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe governor, he's got no clue what he's doing. He has never worked outside of Zimbabwe. If you ask him what is happening right now internationally, he doesn't know. The country is got, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe website has never been updated in months, and the market does not exist. Your currency has collapsed 2 times since Mnangagwa took over the 2nd term, and our roads are a national embarrassment. Thousands of people die on these roads, and more than 6 million Zimbabweans are living outside the country. So it's very simple. You need to change the country as a whole. You need to re-engineer the whole system. And what's happening on the 31st of March is the beginning of that removal. There are people that don't want things to change. That includes some young people who think that the Mnangagwa way is the way. There are people who are afraid of what is coming. And such people then want to maintain the Mnangagwa government. There are people that get a cent or 2 from Mnangagwa's system, or from the children, or someone who gets a bicycle or a cow. That is not the way that you're going to succeed as a country. That country needs to be redone. One of the richest countries in the region, and the smallest country with the richest, the density of wealth in Zimbabwe is staggering. There is no country like Zimbabwe where if you were to put a rail station at Gweru, you would be in each place, any place in Zimbabwe within 2 hours if you put high-speed rail. So that is why I'm saying support the military guys, support what they're doing. Don't worry about what Farai Marapira is saying. You are not required to go on the street and protest yourself. There is a plan underway, and there are people who are going to go on the street. Mnangagwa is going to be removed. And all you have to do is you have enough food in your house, you keep your children out of the street, you make sure that you close your shop, and you don't allow your family to be in the path of danger. So do not put your family in the path of danger. There is a lot that's going to happen. Stay away from any public space on that day. There is a plan underway, and it's got nothing to do with you. On that day, you'll be told when the time comes for you to come out. That is called the signal. The signal is going to be given, and you're going to see people like Mnangagwa when the time is right, giving you the signal. But what has been said by Comrade Nyokama Bunu, the spokesman for the army, right now, the unofficial spokesperson, because obviously the army can't go out there and start speaking. That would be stupid. So Comrade Nyokama Bunu is currently speaking for the military, and he has said, stay out. Don't send your children to school. Don't go to the borders with your bus. make sure there is no single person at the border. If you have to go outside the country, go to the airport. So go to the airport, do not go to the borders. From the 27th, make sure your bus is already back in Zimbabwe, your truck is back in Zimbabwe. For once, listen when you're being told. Do not sit there and continue this Mnangagwa system that is destroying our country. Do not allow it, because this is the last chance. If we don't get this right now, Mnangagwa is going to kill everyone, including you. You're going to be killed. You're going to be driving on the road and the car is going to tip over. You're going to be drinking water with cyanide and all the dirty things that are happening in our country, where our country, which is so wealthy, has been reduced to some form of Somalia. What a crazy situation. Let's continue with entertainment. As I said, Madam Boss, looking very sad. I don't know what's happening with this young lady. Someone close to her must look at her very carefully. Something is going on. When I look into her eyes, I can see some very deep sadness in her. So she's reached 2 million followers yesterday on Facebook. What is happening in Zimbabwe is that with the coming of Starlink, thousands and thousands of new people have come online. So I can estimate that we're now at 200,000 raw people online. And normally what happens online is that when I'm talking like this, there is a whole village, let's say 20 people who are watching me, but they are connected to one device. So let's multiply the 200,000 by 10. We've got about 2 million new people right now who have come on Starlink. They watch now, and they also watch in the day. So that is why you see Zimbabwe videos are now getting 100,000 views every day. That is because we've got all these raw people coming in. It's a great opportunity for people like Nelson Chamisa to pass the message. We're doing very, very well. And as I said, we need to build a new country. Look at the people that are leading us. They've got no future. They are not the future, they're the past. We want new people, we want new leaders to come into our country. And we want to build a world-class country where anyone, even those people living overseas, can come back and live in Zimbabwe. And it can be done with a new kind of people. And I can see with Chamisa is tweeting. You can go to his channel here. It's called the Chamisa News Channel. Let me see who Chamisa is talking to here. If you go to the Chamisa News Channel, you'll see that he has posted quite a lot. Yes, the promised land will be fulfilled. At an island event celebrating the St. Patrick's Day. So that was some time back. And then yesterday, we only have one country. Just this morning, I received 4 different calls from some professionals wanting to leave the country. However, what I can say to you is that this is the critical moment, the moment of truth. If by the 1st of April, we don't have a new president, there will be no one to blame. The army guys have done everything. The war veterans have done everything. Kambako has done everything. Comrade Nyokai Mapune has done everything. All the young people in our country have done everything that they can to get rid of these people. Wicknell with the grade 6, a convicted criminal and a fraudster is currently moving around with your president on a daily basis, stealing money from the government and putting it into his pocket. And people are just allowing it. People like Farai Marapira, I went to his office. It's full of dust on the windows. The lifts at ZANU PF don't work. If you go there, they still use the Pentium 1 computer, the little one with a little box at the bottom and a flat screen. There is no future coming from these guys. The future is coming from what the military guys are saying, from what Comrade Nyokai Mapune is saying, from what the war veterans are saying. Work together for once and let's make a difference. Let's make sure that we don't continue with this system, and we're not going to stop. I will personally not rest until we have a new government, until we have a new president, and then we'll make sure that you are all happy. Happiness is coming very, very soon. And everyone who's doubting, stop doubting. Let's make this happen. Mnangagwa can be removed. Mnangagwa is not stronger than the military. He's very weak. All you need to do with Mnangagwa is to push a little bit and you tip over. Mnangagwa, a very weak person right now. Right, so as I said, kuona uchiti tucha neka indrive kako, tucha neka rori kako, tucha neka bhazi kako, kana kuti tucha netubhuku twako. On the 31st, atiri kuona munhu ane dzungu anopinda mutown kana kuti anovhura kashopu kake kana kuti anoenda kuborder wakaudzwa don't go into town, stay away from town. Pane zviri kuitika, hazvinei newe, gara mumba mako nemhuri yako, and when the time comes you'll be told kuti chiuya mutown Mnangagwa abatwa that day. Kana abatwa then wozobuda unenge wakuudzwa. It's not you who's going to do it, the other people who are going to do it, and you've been told stay away from that place, don't open a shop, don't open a market. Zvakafanana kuti papinda nyoka mumba, mese mumbomira zvikurwa mubata nyoka, ndozvaitika iko zvino. Batai nyoka iyo. Nyoka must come and clarify this. Yes, he has clarified this morning. He's already sent out. He must be on the channel, right? So he has already clarified and will post it for you. I talk to Comrade Nyoka every day. Right now he's watching us as we speak. I talk to the war veterans on a daily basis. There's no war veteran I don't talk to every day. But when now pan mgatoshamizika kuti ndinani pano mukuru anotyisa. But what I'm saying to you guys is, don't wait for someone else to do it. Why are you asking someone else to do it? We have told you a simple thing to do. On the 31st, let Mnangagwa know that no one supports his thing that is doing. Do not blame another person. And Munari weak with you. He's so weak, Mnangagwa. Right now, if you push him, he's going to tip over. Just wait. And these 15 days, you're going to see what is going to happen. He's going to panic so badly within the next 15 days. So the transport is for what people, you're asking very deep questions, but let me explain. I said there are people that are going to be involved in the activities. The only car that is allowed is a car connected to the protest. So there are certain people that need to move from certain places to towns. It's not you. So it's not you. You must understand this. You are not the one that is being asked for transport. I've talked to Comrade Nyoka to clarify this. The transport that is required is for people that are going to be taking part in certain activities in town. And it's not you, because you don't have the plan. Your plan is to close your shop, to make sure your in-drive is not there, to make sure that your taxi is not there, to make sure that your truck is not moving, not to go to the borders. If you cross the border with your car and your truck and your bus, it's going to be banned. That's what they've said. They've told you here. Do not do it. Do not travel with your bus, or stay away from those places. Do not put yourself in danger. The transport is not for you. Then when the process is done, when the time is right, you're going to get a signal to come into town so that you can witness Mudara achizurudzwa. That is what I've been told. Right, Mudara uyu wechikafu Mnangagwa. 200 times 10 is 2 million. Dafa, what are you talking about? I said 200,000 times 10, that's 2 million. This immense already. I am for a degree in computer science. My lecturers were from Russia. Do you know what that means? It knows algebra. You know Chikisa. Then stop confusing people. That's why people say, I see, what am I confusing people? Rendai. Zoro. Let's go. CIO, do you think a CIO is anyone right now? Let me just clarify this to you. Do you think a CIO, munanorara pasi, asina mbeda, chiheti, ndinoona tofana tuma CIO tunonditera, tokapfeka zviheti, nezvimaglazi, nechikepi, chidriver chimota chisina marim, chichocho. What is a CIO right now? CIO munhu anochengeta chi. Uri kutya CIO munhu arikutotamburawo zvake asingahori pay yake. So don't waste our time with CIOs. Who are CIOs? Do you think we care about CIOs? Do you think you pay the 2 minutes? CIO. We are talking about a new government that is going to fix our country. We need people that connect with the people that are present. These people that are there, they don't care about you. They only care about stealing money from the government and putting it in their pockets. They must be stopped. That is how it is. Guys, I used to tell me you could tell my jokes, and I've said that the guys in counterintelligence must stop. We don't care. Because kumberu kuchasangana futhi anditi mune counterintelligence. Mune maboss manyuwan. Chita counterintelligence against Mnangagwa. Mutipe data. Tibate munhu uyu. Diplomacy is not run on social media. Official communication is quite otherwise. It's just rhetoric for now. It's not rhetoric. 31 of March. Don't wait to be told. Who do you want to fix the country? Who do you want to stay away from Mnangagwa? If you just do nothing. You saw what the vendors did in Mutare. They defended their goods themselves. You are there where you are right now. If you're at NAST, use it. Running technology, all these universities, use it. Who do you want to give you a job? Who do you want to stand up and fight for you? When the soldiers have told you that this man must go, who do you want to stand and fight? Who do you want to, do you want the soldiers to come out and make a press statement without you being there? You know that's not possible. These guys work on orders. They've already done whatever they can. 46 generals have been killed since 2017 with poison. They've been poisoned. And you know how they do it. They pour like a whole bunch of poison in their food. And these guys have died. So do you think the generals are stupid that they can allow themselves to be killed? That is crazy. And I feel sorry for anyone who's around Mhlanga who thinks that this can be stopped. Ngoma Jr., I feel you. When I was in the United States of America, what I saw there was scary. Young Africans are sleeping on their feet in the subway. Like, I found someone holding their phone and they're just sleeping, standing like this. Because they are homeless. Homelessness is a pandemic in the United States among the people that come from here. Some people who live in the UK, they've been there for years. They haven't been able to buy even a chicken back home. I promise you, when this new government comes in, I'm going to go to Chiwenga and talk to him. Chiwenga has got such an opportunity to build an amazing country. Totara na Chiwenga, we want every person to have a house. Every person that is overseas, you get land in Zimbabwe, you get a house. When you come back, you get land for business and you'll be able to do something important. Not the 2 years, there are people who work 2-3 jobs in the United Kingdom just to pay rent. We don't want that. So we don't want people who don't have clarity. We need to have clarity. And there's no one from outside the country who's going to help you. You are the people, and support all these things that we're saying here. And Mnangagwa is weak. He's very weak right now. Even Tuanutwake, they're fed up of him. Even Wicknell doesn't like Mnangagwa. Scott doesn't like Mnangagwa. Tagure doesn't like Mnangagwa. He's a big liability, that man. The army has said it in public. Mnangagwa must go. Let him go. Nituanutwake. Na auxiliary. Right, so I think we've covered this. It's been amazing. I've got no doubt about what I'm talking about. I know that a lot is going to happen, and I've got great confidence that the military guys, once they start moving, they don't stop. So let's not have any doubts. Let's keep going. From today to the 31st is only about 2 weeks. Let's get this thing going. And let's talk to Chiwenga when he becomes president. Kuti Chiwenga, fix this country. Let our country be like Dubai. Not Dubai chikunyeba chatungwarana. Kana cha Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa announces the project today. Then after 2 weeks, he's gonna forget. He just steals the money and puts it in his pocket. Then he forgets. Then Tungwarara comes with some bicycles and then a few solar panels. Do you think the solar panels can cost 4 billion or 5 billion? Zimbabwe, Zauyu, Tatina Bavetera. So do not be hoodwinked by these people. And the people that come supporting this thing, keep a list of these people. What's supporting this thing that's happening now? When the time comes, they must account for what they're doing. Right. I would like to thank all of you for watching. Otherwise, I'm going to pop a vein right now. No putika mtsipa. Neku tsang. Right. And Blessed Mhlanga, his docket has been classified as a state security file. So you won't be able to see what's in that file. And probably on the 4th of April, which means for the next 18 days, he's still going to be in jail. They're going to keep him in jail for the next 18 days. Guys, do not allow this to happen again, where people get arrested and the justice system is weaponized like this. So let's not allow it. Right now, we're at home with your family and people are getting arrested. And we're just like sheep waiting for something to happen. This man is dangerous. Mnangagwa is the most dangerous man with his people, with his cabal. Ana Wicknell, ana Opamchunguri, ana Mebo Chinomona. We went Zoro, Anazani, Zoro was a Guinya Machacha. Machacha. There is no one right now who wants this man. So let's get this going. And a few people are going to drop, but that's how it is. Right. I think we are clear. And as I said, let me recap here. I said the ZANU PF spokesperson, Farai Marapira, has responded to the military. And he says that if someone wants to have a protest, they must come and do it themselves. They must not send someone else to do it. And he says ZANU PF is watching closely because they know what is happening, but they'll only take it seriously if, for example, Comrade Nyoka Mabunu comes and protests. But what I want to say to you is, be very clear. Your job, if you're in Zimbabwe, is to stay away. Do not be in a public space. There must be no person that is out of their house on the 31st. No business must open, no school must open. Don't go to the borders with your bus, with your truck. Do not do anything. You've been told by the military guys, and keep it that way. Let there be a day of no movement on the 31st, and then the right people will come out and do what needs to be done. So there are people that are going to do what needs to be done, and it's not you. So don't be confused. It's not you. You're not being called to do anything. Just have food in the house. Just have water. I've talked to Comrade Nyoka Mabunu here, and he's going to clarify this in another voice note. The requirement right now for you is to make sure that you don't put yourself and your family and your workers in the line of danger. Do not try to be a hero that day. You are not the one that is required. When the time comes, a signal will be put out, and then you can come onto the street. Uchiona Mutare achizvuzvurudzwa nevanhu vake. Right, now let's go to our sponsors. Mve. Please buy a pack. I'm the brand ambassador internationally of Mve. Buy a packet, and Unosimba, you'll be as strong as an ox. The most powerful African herb here. Vanochema sevari pamariro. Vanochema sevari pamariro. Right. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and you can see that I've got great energy. That is because what we are doing right now requires total attention. And the new government that you're going to have is going to be the government of the people, by the people, a government that will transform our country into some form of Dubai within a short space of time. You're going to love your country. Sugar, Zimbabwe will be one of the best countries in the world when we remove Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is going to be gone by the 1st of April, and there'll be a new president. You're going to see a government that responds to the people, not issues of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa right now, he believes in killing people, in stealing, in lying, and in all sorts of dangerous things. Mnangagwa arikura vanhu nenzara. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you again tonight, 10 minutes past 9 every night, as I give you an update on the protest. And a good day to you all.
Kuno aho bano mama wanna get it, mama wanna get it nice. I know food I miss so I know food I